Eric von Eisenberg. Today we are going to be playing Kerbal Space Program, where we will be creating a space station for our Kerbals and a little space shuttle to go with it. This space shuttle will be a freight train to space. Sure, if you want to call it that. It will be responsible for supplying crew and other supplies to the space station. This is the NX-5 or AX-13. This space shuttle will not have an angled engine on the back. The angled engine will be on the external fuel tank. This allows for better orbital maneuvering while in orbit. Right now, this space shuttle is in a very early design and is going to be subject to change. However, on this flight that we will be seeing momentarily will start off pretty rough, as this flight is only a test flight to see if the shuttle is able to get to orbit and back safely. This space shuttle is able to get to low Kerbal orbit, and that's about as far as it can go. I suppose you could get to the moon with it, but you'd have to refuel, and it's just a pain. Here we go, onto the actual launch. As you can see, it did not like launching straight up. This early model is kinda unstable. That's why the next launch we will be using a newer model that I changed off screen because I forgot to record it. And booster separation, oh dear. Well, there appears to not be any damage to the space shuttle or external fuel tank, so I guess that's fine. observer node to get into a circular orbit. Just trying to get the apoapsis and periapsis at the relatively same height. Seems close enough for me. When firing both of these engines at the same time in space, you will have to adjust the thrust limiter because it is very unstable, and it's still unstable with the older model or the newer models too. Sometimes if you get it at the right angle, you may not have to use the thrust limiter. Or you could, I don't know, screw it up like this. And then nearly break off your right wing because a giant corn dog is tumbling to and fro. It doesn't look very safe with it tumbling that close to the shuttle. Now that we're in orbit, we can do some orbital tests, I guess. Extend the solar panels. And yeah, and the antenna. This flight was just a test to see if it could get into orbit. But now I cut to the orbit because it was kind of boring. So it got into space fine, well, but can it get back to the KSC? Retract everything that can possibly be broken while re-entering. Coming up in a moment, I keep thinking that I'm too low and therefore I boost upwards. But I was actually fine where I was, which means now that I boosted up a few times, I will be overshooting the KSC. But past Kirk doesn't know that, so nobody tell him that we're making fun of him right now. Coming in on final entry. I hope everyone can't hear that. My cats are being annoying. Finally getting some heating from the compression. Now we dip our nose down a bit so that we don't bounce off the atmosphere, which has happened. I don't think these thermal tiles really do anything. So in the next models, I just took them off. Trying to dip down to get my pro grade down. What? I don't know. Just trying to go down and not overshoot the KSC. Now that I think about it, that doesn't look safe either. But if it works, it works. See there, I nearly flipped over. At this point, I'm starting to realize that I'm gonna overshoot the KSC. So why don't we just go for the abandoned airfield on the island? So I did. Almost there. You'd think that the KSC runway would be easier to land on, and it is. But I think it's just that this shuttle is so small that it slows down faster than the other shuttles. On the brakes, and ooh, nice drift. Alright, and here is the footage of us building the habitation module for the start of the space station hub. Not too fancy, just two hitchhikers, storage bay, a container, and a probe. But I do like using those taper point things where it goes from a size 3 down to a size 2 at the ends. I just think it makes it look more realistic, I guess. Inside of this container, I put the power and fuel. Oh, and a control module. I didn't see that before. It has been a while since I recorded this. But yeah, other than that, module's ready. Oh, right. The launch vehicle. How could I forget that? How am I gonna get into space anyway? How am I gonna get it into space without a launch vehicle? What were you thinking? I don't know. fairly simple design. It's like a Delta 4, but with two solid rocket boosters instead of the big two orange boosters on the side. I actually flown this rocket twice, one without fins and stabilizing engines. It flipped and blew up. And the next time, where it actually worked, because I put fins and stabilizing engines on it. You always gotta remember to strut your rocket together. If it's not a big tube with wires around it, it's not gonna work. And here it is on the launch pad, ready to go into space. Like every little boy wanted to do when he was a kid, to be an astronaut and go into space. And lift off. Yeah, you can see the fins and extra engines I added on now. I don't know, I like doing those cinematic angles where it's kind of like you're looking up at the rocket, following it with those big cameras that they use to record the launches. Anyway, look at that exhaust plume. Beautiful. If you want to know what mod that is real plume. Real plume? Yeah, real plume. Not as good as waterfall, but it works. Maybe it doesn't look as good as waterfall, but it gives you sort of realism. It doesn't impact the performance much. It does impact the performance, but it doesn't do it much. Here on this burn, I miscalculated where the maneuver node is, and I accidentally put us in a suborbital trajectory where where my flight path enters the atmosphere. So I had to adjust before I fell into it. It happens. It does happen. And now we can get our circularization burn, so we get a better circularization. That is it. Now we move on to our last launch of this video, the NX-14C. That actually launched at this time. I did try to mimic the way that the solid rocket boosters are ejected as in real life, but it's inefficient to waste fuel like they do in real life. Booster separation and booster accept. Very nice. Tested separation. Once we get to our target apparatus, we can just coast up. That's great. Got our target. Coasting up there. I'm not a very talkative person. I keep it stable. But it knows RCS blocks to use. I like the version 5 of this block where it has how many is that? 1, 2, 3, five nozzles on it. Gives you better control. Oh, I looked away. The external fuel tank disappeared. Whoops. Alright. Now we are going to cut to the dock, I guess. I don't know. I haven't edited in a while. Oh, there we go. Yep. I haven't docked in a while after this point. Before this point, so it is a little rustic. I am a little rusty, as people say. Do people say that? I haven't done this in a while. I'm very rusty. I think people say that when they're not. Yeah, I think people say that. I'm getting ready to dock. This time we're going to be docking sideways. I wonder if anybody has gone to that crater. That big crater thing. I might go there one day. Just to see what it's there. It's probably just landmass. Oh well, that's still I'm gonna go. Oh goodness, we arrived so quickly. I wasn't paying attention. Once we arrive, we can transfer the crew, and I can go to bed. Yeah. Almost there. Come on. There we go. Nice. The AX-14C has now docked and is transferring crew into the station. This has been a very fun video to make.